Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. We are at Amesbury, the Landry Field here amongst the Amesbury Indians, where we will be taking on the 3-1 Amesbury football team. The Pioneers 1-2, 2-3 so far in the season, trying to see if we can go ahead and rebound from a few tough losses and get back on the winning track. The captains are at the center of the field. We all know the captains. Spencer Riley, number 24, number 52, Nick Marcinowski, number 70, Mackay Pierce, number 72, Michael O'Brien. Michael O'Brien now playing his second game back with the Pioneers. We're expecting a good game here tonight. We are recording this, and it is recorded live, but it is not streaming live, so hopefully we'll be able to avoid any problems. So we're going to go ahead and stand for the national anthem as we get ready for the opening kickoff. All right, let's hear it for two national anthems being played by Amesbury tonight. Stadium having a little bit of difficulty. We're starting a little bit late because the lights weren't working here at the stadium, but now we seem to be back on track and ready for action. Tonight, Linfield tries to get back on the winning track. They've lost their last three. Unfortunately, has fallen some victim to some mistakes and penalties. So we're looking for a good mistake-free game by the Pioneers tonight, try to see if we can get back on track. The Amesbury football team, as I mentioned, 3-1, 4-1 so far in the season. They had a big upset against undefeated North Reading last week, 30-22, I believe. But they've also struggled a little bit during the season. So against against Ipswich 2 weeks ago, they just barely squeaked out a win, also 30-28. And Ipswich is a team that's 0-6 right now. So we're not quite sure what team is going to show up for Amesbury, but we're certainly hoping for a big turnaround for the Linfield Pioneers tonight. Linfield Pioneers ready to receive the kick with Joey Cuccinello, and a short kick picked up by Joey Cuccinello, number 5 for Linfield. Fumbles the ball, lands right back down on it. They'll have good field position, though, as they take over 1st and 10 right on their own 30-yard line. That was Joey on the return there. A little bit of a pooch kickoff for Amesbury as they chose not to kick it deep there. For the Pioneers, David Tracy, number 12, in at quarterback. It's his second start this season. He's a sophomore. Rest of the folks for the offensive team for Linfield are number 5, Joey Cuccinello. He's splitting up top to the right. Number 2, number 4, number 3. That's Brian Ellis, Charlie Capichetti, and A.J. Chiradonna down here on the left as they go open up with the trips left formation. Charlie Capichetti in motion. He gets the handoff, looks to go out wide, tries to break one tackle, and is stopped in the backfield by number 42, Damian Capone on the play. Loss of 6 on the play, so now it'll be 2nd and 16. So Linfield, 2nd down and 10 now, trying to again resume out of the trips left formation with David Tracy in the backfield, joined by junior James Sharkey. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. He's looking for a lot of yards here. Throws it deep over to Joey Cuccinello. Tipped away at the last minute by number 1 on the play. We got a flag down here on the play. Luke Arsenault was the person who defended that play. Flag down here at the bottom of the line of scrimmage here. Not quite sure what that is. Could be a defensive holding. Referee is going to be facing the other way, and it's an ineligible man downfield by the Linfield Pioneers. So 1st down run, 6-yard loss. Went for a lot of yards on 2nd down, but the penalty was there. Amesbury refuses the penalty and takes the down, where it'll be 3rd and 16 now for the Pioneers. We've got an announcer in the background here, and as usual, we're going to try to see if we can filter out some of the background noise, simply because he plays music, and if you play a lot of music, YouTube filters that out and shuts down the YouTube account because of copyright infringement. So if you hear some muttering in the background, chances are it's the announcer. Anyway, trips up to the top now for Linfield as Amesbury jumps. It looks like that's going to be encroachment on the Amesbury line as they move. And son of a gun, they call it on Linfield, even though the judge on this side said encroachment. So unfortunately, first offensive series for Linfield is going in the wrong direction here, as now it is 3rd down and 21. So trips up top again for the Linfield Pioneers as they are again out of the shotgun formation with David Tracy in the back. Shotgun snap back to David. He gets some good time, throws it out to the flat to Joey Cuccinello. A little bit of a high throw there, and Joey cannot come down with it. So the Linfield Pioneers unable to find their footing in the first offensive series tonight. They'll be punting with Chase Goldberg back to punt the ball. No wind really here to speak of tonight. So we'll see how Chase and the Pioneer punters do in covering the punt. Back deep for Amesbury is number 34, Shea Cuccinata. He's at the 50-yard line. Snap is back. Chase gets a good low-line drive punt there. Doesn't take much of a bounce, though, and Linfield's number 11, Camarengi, picks up the ball. It'll be in Linfield's territory, though. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. So once again, we have some early mistakes out of the young Pioneer offensive squad. We'll try to see if they can remedy those as they get off the field. The Amesbury offense, very run-heavy. They run a full backfield with some misdirection in the back, but Amesbury grows them big here in God's country. And you can see the full house backfield there with 3 backs and the quarterback under center. So sweep here coming down to the right. Steve Dreher tries to cut the edge off and does. Tackle on the play by Spencer Riley, number 24. Short gain of 2 on the play. And you'll be seeing a lot of that tonight as the full house backfield mixes it up between sweeps and powers up the middle. Linfield on defense is going to have to do a really good job of making sure they stand on their responsibilities and make sure that they're not drifting too far away from their core roles and responsibilities. 67 for Linfield is a number change. That was previously number 8, Sam Gazit. He's number 67 tonight as the Pioneers shifted him to the offensive line. Run right up the middle by number 7 for Amesbury. Nick Marden picks up about 6 on the play. It'll be third down and 1 for the Amesbury team. Chase Goldberg and Jimmy Marini rotating in now for the Pioneers as they look to see if they can put the stop on him here in 3rd and short for Amesbury. So again, full house backfield there with the 3 running backs. Quarterback under center. Handoff right up the middle. He looks like he's stopped, though. A potential trap, and Sam Gazit and Chase Goldberg on the tackle. It'll be 4th down, and see if Amesbury decides to go for the yardage here. Number 9 is the quarterback for Amesbury. He's senior captain Drew McDonald. And Amesbury, again, lines up in the full house backfield, quarterback under center. Quick sweep out to the right. He's tackled in the backfield. Great play by Steve Dreyer on the initial hit there. Tackled number 7 on the play. Again, Nick Marden. The Linfield offense takes over now in very good field position as they were able to hold the Amesbury offense to 4 downs and out. Good stoppage there by the defense. Try to see if we can get the offense moving now in the right direction. So 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line of the Pioneers. 8:33 left here in the first quarter, so still a lot of game left to play. Linfield once again lines up, trips down left here, 2, 3, and 4 for the Pioneers. Brian Ellis, Charlie Capichetti, A.J. Giordana, and Joey Cuccinello up top to the right. Shotgun formation. Snap up to David Tracy and a handoff up the middle to James Sharkey, number 1 for the Pioneers. As he gets about 1 on the play. He's tackled on the play by number 71, Antonio D'Arcangelo, senior captain for Andover. Big player taking up the nose space there. So cool night here tonight, but not too bad. About 62 degrees, and again, no wind to speak of. 2nd down and 9 for Linfield is once again lined up in the trips formation. They're giving the receiver, the second receiver from the top there, a lot of room up top, so we'll see if they can take advantage of that. Shotgun snap again, back to David Tracy. He hits Charlie Capichetti over the middle. Charlie spins his way for what seems to be a 1st down. And it looks like it is, as Charlie was able to spin through the tackle and pick up the 1st down. So good quick pass by David Tracy and a catch by Charlie Capichetti as they're able to move the chains there. Need to see a lot of that happen with this Pioneer young offense. The quick passes, try to understand where the open receivers are and make those connections to help build confidence. But good 1st down play by the Pioneers as they once again line up in trips formation, 2, 3, and 4. Ellis, Capichetti, and Giordana up at the top of the field. Joey Cuccinello down here isolated against number 34. That's Shea Cuccinona. There's the pass out to Joey on that one. Picks up another 1st down for the Pioneers as the Amesbury team is content to try to see if they can give those guys a lot of room off the line of scrimmage. They are backed up a good 5, 6 yards, and in some cases 8 or 9 yards. So the passing opportunities are there for some of the short passes. So Linfield also changing things up a bit going into the huddle. Oftentimes they're doing the signal calling right from the line of scrimmage, but it looks like they're calling things from the huddle tonight. David Tracy, again, trips formation, hands the ball up the middle to James Sharkey. James Sharkey tackled on the play by number 7, who comes all the way in from the backside. Number 7 is Nick Martin. Picks up 1 on the play. Line's going to have to hold their blocks a little bit more. It looked like there might have been a bit of an opening there, but backside end there, number 7 was able to come down the line of scrimmage and make that tackle. All right, so 2nd down and 9 now at the 33. I don't even know. They don't have markers well here on the field, so it's a bit of a pasture up here. But anyway, they're playing on grass. Trips down here to the left, 2, 3, and 4 again. Shotgun snap up to David Tracy. James Sharkey runs the ball up the middle, picks up about 2 or 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down, and it looks like about 7. So big 3rd down here for the Pioneers. As always, I'm here with my colleague and friend, Derek DeLudes, who does a great job on the camera. We are recording tonight's action. We'll post it up later tonight so you guys can all see it. It's tough to get up here in God's country in Amesbury. I don't even think we're in are we still in Massachusetts? I'm pretty sure I can see Canada from here. All right, again, going with the trips formation. 2, 3, and 4 at the top of the screen. Joey Cuccinello down here at the bottom. 3rd down and about 6 now for the Pioneers. David Tracy takes the shotgun snap. It's a little bit high. He's looking to his left for Joey Cuccinello. He lofts it long and deep, and Joey had it, but it was stripped away by 34 at the last minute there. Good connection there from David Tracy to Joey Cuccinello, but just not enough to hold on to it. So had an opportunity there, and look for them to come back to that because the opportunity was there. 34 for Amesbury. Again, that's Shea Cuccinata defeated the would-be catch from Joey Cuccinello. So the Cuccinata-Cuccinello combination is a mouthful to say, but we'll probably be looking at that pairing quite a bit tonight. All right, so 4th down. Look for the hard count here to see if we can draw off the defense off sides. No, shotgun snap back to David Tracy. We got some people open across the middle. He's looking deep for that, and it's overthrown. Overthrown, targeted for A.J. Chiradana, unable to make the connection. So another turnover on downs. 4th down, unable to complete the long pass to A.J. Chiradana. And now we've got 1st down, Amesbury. So not a lot of motion on the ball so far. Amesbury went 4 downs and out on their first series. Linfield was able to pick up a couple of 1st downs on some short, effective passes. Hopefully they'll get back to that, as they seem to be effective against the Amesbury defense that is giving them, the defensive secondary, giving the offensive receivers a fairly big cushion off the line. Anyway, back over to defense now. Again, the full set backfield for Amesbury. Sweep out here to the left, and nope, my mistake. It's right up the middle, tackled by big number 70, Mackay Peters. He's going to be very active on stops up the middle. He's really unstoppable from this nose tackle position. Number 34 on the stop in the play, Shea Cuccinata. 2nd down, and he did gain actually 3 on the play, so 2nd down and 7 as the Amesbury team is now at their own. Again, I don't even know. They don't have the yardage markers on the field. You have to look at the sideline. I think it's like the 33-yard line. Full house backfield, quarterback under center, takes the snap, pitches it out wide to number 7, tackled on the play by 44 and 67. That's Sam Gazit and Steve Dreyer, as well as Spencer Riley on the play. He did gain maybe 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and a long 6 now for Amesbury. So big play here for Linfield if they can try to hold the defense, hold the Amesbury offense once again here deep in their own territory. So full house backfield again. That's motion. Didn't call it, though. Quarterback goes out to the left there. He's looking to throw the ball and does. It's caught. No, it's not caught. Number 1, James Sharkey with the successful defense. It brings up 4th down and 6. So punt return team in for Linfield now as both teams exchange offensive series with no points put on the board for either team. Way back for the Pioneers is number 5, Joey Cuccinello. Snap is back to the punter. Gets off a wobbly punt that's going out of bounds, basically. Fire call for Linfield. And Coach Flatt's trying to make sure that his Pioneer players stay clear of that. We've had some issues in the past where people have been accidentally touched by a ball, which then, of course, is live for the punting team to recover. So Linfield takes over in good field position at their own it's hard to tell because the chain gang hasn't really got their act together here. Looks like their own 40-yard line. And we'll try to see if the third time's a charm for the Linfield offense. Trips again up top, 2, 3, 4. Charlie, AJ, and Brian. Cuccinello down here low for the Pioneers. Handoff up the middle to Sharkey. Breaks the tackle and keeps moving. Picks up 9 on the play, where it'll be 2nd down and 1 now for the Pioneers, as that was their longest gain of the season. James Sharkey is the leading rusher on the team. He's had, prior to tonight's game, 27 carries, 261 yards, an average of 9.7 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns running as well. Been fairly stifled the last couple of games as they had to throw the ball from the behind positions that they were in. But that was a great gain by James, rumbling right up the middle for 9 yards. So trips again up top. Joey Cuccinello down here at the bottom. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Pioneers. David Tracy back for the shotgun snap. James Sharkey tries the right side of the line and is unable to get through and does not gain or lose anything on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1 now for the Pioneers. We got a good crowd arriving here at Amesbury finally. Glad you could make it, Mr. Sharkey. All right, so big 3rd down play here for the Pioneers. It's 3rd and 1, right at midfield, 49-yard line. Really need to try to move the chains here as we have 1:20 left in the first quarter of play. David Tracy again back for the shotgun snap with James Sharkey in the backfield. Try to go with the hard count. And David Tracy keeps the ball on the read option. Races ahead for 3 yards and the 1st down for the Pioneers. And once again, the Pioneers able to pick up a big 1st down on 3rd down there and move in the chains as we hit 1 minute left in the period. So 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line, and I can't be the only one who's annoyed by the Amesbury announcer so far tonight. All right, so trips up top, 2, 3, and 4, and Joey Cuccinello down here at number 5. You can see the amount of cushion that they're giving Joey Cuccinello here. Number 34, it's 7 yards back. Quick pass over the middle, again, in and out of the hands of Charlie Capichetti, unable to hold on to that ball. It's certainly understandable if Charlie had a difficult time with that ball because the lighting here is horrible. I think these are the original lights from 1948. They were shut down right before the start of the game and had to be restarted. But, that ball went right through his hands there, and it didn't seem to be thrown overly hard. So I just wonder if Charlie had a little difficult time picking it up in the less than ideal lighting here tonight. All right, so trips up top again. David Tracy back out of the shotgun formation, hands the ball right up to James Sharkey again. He's tackled on the play, tries to spin out of it. 71 there on the tackle for Amesbury. Also on the play, number 7, Number 7 is Nick Martin, and 71 is senior captain again, Antonio D'Arcangelo. So 3rd down and 8 situation here now for the Pioneers as they try to keep the drive alive as we basically are at the end of the first quarter of play. So after first quarter of play, it's 0-0 here in Lynnfield in Amesbury, right by the Canadian border. We're looking forward to the second half action here. All right, back in the action's beginning part of the second quarter here as Linfield starts their fourth drive of the game, trying to get the momentum going. 3rd down and 9 in Amesbury territory on the Amesbury 47-yard line. Trips up top again, Joey Cuccinello back down here low, and again you can see the amazing amount of space they're giving Joey Cuccinello. David Tracy fades back for the pass, rolls out to his right. He finds a cutting Charlie Capichetti over the middle. Nice tackle on the play by 55 for Amesbury as he saves some more yards. Will Arsenault, sophomore, on the play on that. He picks up a fair amount, but not enough for a first down as it's now 4th and 3 for the Pioneers. So once again, the Pioneers changing the offensive play calling here a little bit by opting to huddle up and no longer going with the signs from the sideline. Big play here for 4th down for the Pioneers. Again, trips up top to the left, 2, 3, and 4. Brian, Charlie, and AJ, while Joey Cuccinello down here to the right. Shotgun snap, quick slant to Joey Cuccinello. That's tipped away by number 42 on the play. That's too bad because Cuccinello was open and 42 made a smart play by jumping into the passing lane. Something they'll have to watch out for as with Joey Cuccinello getting several pass attempts now. You got to think that the Amesbury Indians are paying a bit of attention to those passing lanes to Joey and seeing if they can get into them to knock down some passes. So turnover on downs here, 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 43-yard line. Full house backfield again for the Indians. Hand up outside to number 2. He's got a little bit of running room. He's tackling the play by number 15 for the Pioneers. That's a good tackle by Kyle Schmitz. Number 2 is Henry O'Neill. He's a junior for Amesbury. He picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. No, it's closer to 3. It's not 4. Don't listen to the announcer. So full house backfield again, number 9 under center for the quarterback under center. Hands it off again to number 2 off the right side. He sneaks his way through, picks up about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 on the play as he makes it all the way up to midfield. So Amesbury doing a lot to try to see if they can establish the ground game. Only one pass that they've made so far tonight. That was tipped away by James Sharkey. So 3rd down and 3 now for the Pioneers as they get loaded up to try to see if they can stop the Amesbury offense once again here at midfield. Delayed handoff, looking for the crisscross there. Tackling the play by number 15. Does pick up the 1st down on the counter. Fake handoff right, moved over to the left. Picks up about 10 on the play. And so that'll be 1st down for Amesbury at the Pioneer 40-yard line. So 9:50 left here in the second quarter. Again, no score, 0-0 on the scoreboard. Full house backfield, number 9 gives it right up the middle to number 1 on the quick handoff. Able to get through the line of scrimmage is number 1. And it looks like we've got a penalty on the play. Might be not quite sure what the penalty is here. A helmet came off, so I'm not quite sure what that penalty might be. Yeah, it'll be on the Pioneers, unfortunately. A face mask penalty on the Pioneers, as I think Mackay Peters got a little bit of the Amesbury player's face mask there. So unfortunately, there's a mistake right there that's going to cost the Pioneers a fair amount of yardage now as the ball is moved after the gain all the way down to the Pioneer 15-yard line. Really, really, really hate the Amesbury announcer, but not much I can do about it. So number 2 gets the carry, tries to go right. Oh, nope. Sorry, that one fooled me. I thought the handoff was there, but the quarterback tried to go outside for a pass, knocked down nicely by number 15 on the play. Kyle Schmitz on the play, able to make a good play and stop the pass. So 2nd down and 10 now from the 15-yard line. All right, full house backfield for Amesbury. Quarterback hands it off to the left side. Number 7 cuts back against the grain the other way. Tackled on the play by number 44, Steve Dreyer, but not before he makes a gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 now for Amesbury at the 7 or 8-yard line. So here we go, the defense, 3rd and 3 from the 7-yard line. Trying to see if we can hold the Amesbury team. That's a quick hit right up the middle. Hard to see exactly who had the ball. I think it was a quick handoff to number 1 up the middle. Arsenal gets the carry, but not the 1st down, as it's now 4th and 2 now for Amesbury, as we've got another big play here. Another key 4th down already in this game. So 8 minutes left in the second quarter here. 4th and 2 from the 7-yard line. Amesbury lines up in the full house backfield. Linfield's full across the middle. Handoff up the middle to number 7. It's pretty close, and the referee hasn't made a call quite yet. It looks like it's right on the line. It's hard to tell exactly. Both teams saying that it's not a 1st down or it is a 1st down. Referees are going to say that Amesbury, once again, isn't able to capitalize on 4th and short, and the Linfield team stops them right on the goal line. So Linfield once again takes over on downs. We haven't seen many punts tonight because there's been a lot of going for it on 4th down, and so far neither team has been particularly successful yet. So 1st down and 10 now from the 5-yard line, where Linfield will take over 1st and 10. Amesbury folks chanting, "Let's go Indians," which I'm sure the Native American community appreciates. All right, so trips right, single receiver up top to the left. Shotgun formation again for the Pioneers as David Tracy tries to find his rhythm, backed up, feet right on the goal line. Fake handoff, quick screen out to Charlie Capicetti. Charlie misses. Charlie makes the first defender miss, but unfortunately gets picked up by the next two, and a quick screen that looked like it was there gets closed down pretty quickly by Amesbury. The quick screen is there. They just have to make sure that they block those defenders well, because the other team and their pursuit to the ball is pretty impressive. They're getting to that ball quickly and trying to wrap up the receiver or the ball carrier before he can make much yards there. So loss of 1 on the play. So once again, David Tracy back his feet on the goal line. 2nd down and 11 here for the Pioneers. Shotgun snap back to David. Fumble on the play and recovered by Amesbury. So about almost midway through the 2nd quarter, unfortunately, we start to see mistake on the Linfield Pioneers as we get a turnover on a fumble on the play, and now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 5 for the Amesbury Indians. Linfield hopefully can bounce back from this. That's been one of the problems this season, is that they've had some mistakes and just haven't been able to turn the corner with that. So hopefully the defense can put in a bit of a stand here and try to see if they can turn things around. They've stopped them in short yardage situations a few times now, so we'll see what we can do. So once again, full house backfield, 234 and 7 for the Amesbury Indians. Number 9 under center for the quarterback. Handoff up the middle to number 2. He tries to bounce it outside. He's tackled quickly by Spencer Riley. Maybe picks up a couple of feet on the play, where it's now 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. So again, 234 and 7 in the backfield for the Amesbury team. Short yardage, number 9 under center, hands it off outside to number 2. He fights his way down towards the goal line, but again, the Linfield defensive team does a good job of swarming the ball carrier. Tackled on the play by a number of players for Linfield. He does pick up about 2 on the play, so now it's 3rd and 2 from the 2-yard line. So big 3rd down again here for the Pioneers, as they try to see if they can keep the door shut on the Amesbury offense. All right, full house backfield again. Number 9 under center for Amesbury. Takes the snap, hands it off to number 2 out to the side. Number 2 tackle on the play by number 44, Steve Dreyer, pulled back away from the end zone. So once again, on a big 3rd down, Amesbury is unable to get in, and now the ball is as close as you can get to the end zone without actually being in the end zone. It's 4th and maybe 2 feet. And this would be unbelievable if Linfield can stop him here on the offense, stop the Amesbury offense here from getting in. It certainly won't leave them very good field position. but we'll worry about that later. We'll try to see if we can get a stop here with the stout defensive group here that's on the field. So full house backfield, number 9 again, shot under center. Quick handoff up the middle. He stopped initially and then fights in, and there's the touchdown. So Linfield had the player stopped on the first hit, but he bounced it slightly to his right and was able to sneak into the end zone for the touchdown. So 6-0 here with about 4 minutes left in the first half of football. Amesbury really unable to move the ball consistently. Even on the touchdown play, they struggled to move 5 yards there. So Linfield playing well on the defensive side, but really have to pull some things together on the offensive side to keep moving. Amesbury going for the 2-point conversion here. Quarterback rolls out to his right. He's got a lane and tries to get in and does apparently. Quarterback saw a brief opening and was able to sneak it in there. Couldn't really tell how close that was to the goal line from here, but in any event, it's another 2 points on the board and 8-0 for the Amesbury Indians as we take a quick break while the kickoff and kick return teams get settled. All right, number 2, Brian Ellis back along with number 5, Joey Cuccinello. Short pooch kick that you got to catch that, and it goes out of bounds. Nice play by Jack Taganji, ready to make the play, but wisely lets it go out of bounds. So that's going to give the Pioneers good field position on the offensive side here. Not quite sure what Amesbury is trying to do there. Maybe do a little bit of a pooch kick to an open spot and see if they could recover it. But the kicker kicked it out of bounds instead, which was not a really good choice from a kicking position. It's one of the cardinal sins, actually, from a kicking position, is you want to keep the ball in play on a kickoff. Otherwise, you know, you're not giving yourself much of an opportunity to get good field position there. So once again, Linfield with 4 minutes left in the first half here, lining up trips formation down to the right, single receiver up top to the left. David Tracy in the backfield, shotgun snap, hands it off to James Sharkey, tackling the play by number 55 for Amesbury. That's number 55, Will Arsenal, and number 7, Nick Martin. So James Sharkey picks up about 3 on the play as the Linfield offense grinds out a few yards on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now for Linfield. Clock is winding now down to about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Hopefully get down the field far enough here, even if they can't get in, see if they can get in range for a 3-point try on a field goal. Trips again. David Tracy takes the shotgun snap, hands that off, actually fakes the handoff. Quick pass now to, I think that's Charlie Capicetti, who catches the ball and rolls forward for a big gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Pioneers, almost at midfield at their 48-yard line. So Pioneers, again, looking to try to see if they can establish some momentum here on offense once again with the trips formation. That was a good play action play by the offense. Perhaps see some more of that because it seemed to be fairly effective in freeing up some spots there. Handoff up the middle to James again. James lowers his shoulder and picks up the first down as the Pioneers pick up a first down now entering Amesbury territory at about the 47-yard line, where they take over now, or where they move the chains and set the chains at 1st and 10, about 2 minutes and 35 seconds here now in the first half. Linfield, I believe, has all of their timeouts. So depending upon what they do in the next play or two, you might see some timeouts being applied. Linfield breaks the huddle again, trips formation down here to the right. Single receiver Joey Cuccinello up top. You can see again the amount of room they're giving Joey Cuccinello, about 7 yards there, respecting his speed. David Tracy fades back for the pass. He rolls out to his left. He's looking and throws the ball on the run, hits Joey Cuccinello on the slant. Joey cuts back to the right, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown for the Linfield Pioneers. Great to see that play develop. The offensive line was able to put in some time there and make sure that David Tracy had some time to throw. So for one of the first times this season, we see the Linfield offense respond in kind to a touchdown by the opposition, which is great to see out of the Pioneer offense. So that was about a 49-yard catch and run for the Pioneers as they put 6 on the board, and they're keeping David Tracy in the offense on the field now to go for 2 and try to see if they can tie the game up at 8 at this young point in the game. All right, so here we go. Again, trips down to the right, single receiver up top to the left. Number 1, James Sharkey here in the backfield. Timeout on the play as Pioneers don't like what they see, and Coach Pat LaMusta calls his offense over to have some discussions. Folks, hope you all enjoyed the home game last weekend against Pentucket, although the Pioneers came up short in their match against the Pentucket team. It was senior night, and I know all the senior players on the football team and the senior cheerleaders appreciated everybody coming out to the field. And we had the helicopter ball drop as well, which was a spectacle to behold as hundreds of golf balls were dropped from on high on top of the field there, and some great prizes were given away to folks. So thanks on behalf of the Linfield Pioneer Football Club for everybody that donated to the raffle. If you won, I hope you rolled your winnings into additional lottery picks. If you didn't win, I know the Linfield Pioneer Football Club and all of the kids on the team, both the players on the football team and the cheerleaders on the sideline, appreciate the generosity. So thanks once again for participation in the helicopter ball drop. And as the season continues, we look forward to continued wonderful events and other things coming from the Linfield Pioneer Football Club. All right, so back to the live action here where it's a 2-point conversion with the trips down right and single receiver up top to the left. David Tracy gets the shotgun snap, and unfortunately, James Sharkey is met hard in the backfield by number 71, the big man out of Amesbury, senior captain Antonio DiCangelo. So the Pioneers unable to score on the 2-point conversion, and it remains 8-6 here with 2 minutes officially left in the game. So for Joey Cuccinello there, he is the leading receiver for the Pioneers. Before this game, he had 11 receptions for 125 yards. That's certainly going to increase quite a bit on that 48-yard catch and run from David Tracy on there. That's his second touchdown of the year as well. So he's been one of the bright spots of the offense on the receiving side of the ball. On the kickoff team here, number 14, Kevin Connolly, is back to kick. Kevin's been kicking quite a bit this season as he's got 17 kickoffs, 811 yards so far. His average is almost 48 yards per kick. He knows he's been working on trying to kick it through the end zone, so we'll see if he can pull something here tonight. Relatively short kick down to number 2 for Amesbury. He's got a big hole up the middle, and he's tackled by number 14, Kevin Connolly, up the middle. Don't want to see your kicker make the tackle on those plays, but unfortunately a good return by Amesbury all the way up to almost midfield, stopped at about the 47-yard line. Anyway, 1st and 10 now for the Amesbury Indians as they, again, line up in the full house backfield. Handoff up the middle to number 7. He gets off tackle to the right-hand side, tackled on the play by a few people on the play. 24, Spencer Riley, and number 70, Mackay Peters for the Pioneers. 2nd down and 7 now for the Pioneers as the clock continues to run down to about 1:20 left in the half. Amesbury lines up quickly again in the full house backfield. Hand off to the outside to number 2. He tries to go outside, cuts it back in. Legs taken out from him nicely by number 3, Charlie Capicetti. He falls down twice. Apparently not content to fall down just the first time. Be 3rd down and 1 for Amesbury at the 45-yard line. Timeout on the play by Amesbury. All right, so 3rd down and 1 here from Lynnfield here up in Amesbury, God's country. 3rd down and 1 now, full house backfield for the Indians as they hand it off up the middle to number 7, who breaks a tackle. Breaks a couple of tackles, actually. That's Nick Martin again on the carry. Gets 10 on the play, takes the ball. Linfield wisely calls a timeout as Amesbury goes with a hurry up and almost catches Linfield with too many men on the field. Be 1st down and 10 now for Amesbury when we come out of the timeout. Ball's on the 34-yard line. So Linfield has done a really good job of holding up the rushing offense for Amesbury. Twice now they've turned away 4th and short situations and caused turnover on downs. So with 56 seconds left in the game here, Linfield is trying to continue to hold the Amesbury offense in check. And I didn't see the pre-game activities, but judging by the couple of kicks from the kicker for Amesbury, I don't think they have somebody that can hit a field goal with any amount of distance. So what the Linfield defense hopes to do here is keep them outside of the 20-yard line or so. If I had some graphics, I'd show one of those field goal lines that you see on the professional TV saying keep them out of this range here, but I don't. I don't have those professional graphics. All right, so clock starts again. Handoff up the middle to number 1. He's met hard on the play by number 13 for the Pioneers. That's Jack Phelps. Clock is continuing to run here. 42 seconds left now in the half. They line up again in the full house formation. Pass out here now. Pass deep to number 2. He's wide open and makes the catch. So unfortunately, Linfield bites on the run, and the number 2 gets open on the play deep down the field, running basically just a go route right off the line of scrimmage. And Henry O'Neill is the receiver on that, number 2, and gets the touchdown with 30 seconds left in the half. So again, going for the 2-point conversion here, which pretty much tells me that they don't have anyone that can kick the ball. Hopefully they can stop them and keep it to a 1-score game. Pass. Quarterback rolling out to the side, throws it out of bounds. So stays a 1-score game with the Amesbury Indians at 14 and the Linfield Pioneers at 6. Joey Cuccinello takes the kick, and another short kick. Amesbury basically just trying to see if they could pooch the ball. We're going to have to move those guys up a little bit because I haven't seen anything that would seem to indicate that their kicker has the ability to kick it beyond 30 yards or so. But that's just me. So 1st and 10 now for the Pioneers at their own 28-yard line. 22 seconds left in the first half. So interesting to see here if the Pioneers try to move the ball or decide to take a knee. It looks like they're going to go ahead and line up again in the trips formation, try to see if they can get some yardage before the halftime here. David Tracy fades back, looks over the middle, sees Charlie Capicetti wide open over the middle. He's unable to make that catch. As all of the passes out to Joey Cuccinello certainly seem to have caused the Amesbury Indians to favor that particular player. And unable to make the connection there on Charlie cutting across the middle on a deep slant. But 2nd down 10 now for the Pioneers. 15 seconds left in the game, in the half, rather, I should say. Shotgun snap again back to David Tracy. He's throwing it long and deep, looking for Joey Cuccinello, and is unable to make the connection there. Is well defended by number 34 in the play, as the Pioneers trying to see if they can make some magic happen. Third and 10 now with 8 seconds left until halftime here, as the Pioneers again line up in the trips formation, try to see if they can take advantage of some space in the middle of the field here. Shotgun snap back. They're just going to hand it off to James Sharkey and be content to wind out the clock here. So with halftime upon us, we're going to sign off briefly for the first half, and you guys won't know because we'll splice all this stuff together in mere seconds. But at the half, can we get a scoreboard shot? It is the Amesbury Indians 14, the Linfield Pioneers 6. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Back to the studio. All right, hey everybody, welcome to second half action as the Pioneers are set to kick off the ball to Amesbury. As the Pioneers are down 14-6. Number 14 for the Pioneers, Kevin Connolly, set to kick it off. Kevin had a kick after their touchdown in the first half and made the tackle. Linfield Pioneer kickoff coverage team here, hoping to see if they can pin Amesbury down in their end of the field. High short kick down to number 34. Going to be tackled on the play by number 3. So sorry about that. We missed the kickoff there due to some computer errors. Derek had us operating properly, but I didn't have the computer set properly. So we pick up visual action after the kickoff. 1st and 10 for Amesbury at their own 32-yard line after the kickoff coverage by Linfield. Tackle on the play by number 20 for Linfield. Handoff on the play by number 2 for the Amesbury Indians. Number 2, of course, Henry O'Neill for Amesbury. Pick up about 2 or 3 on the play. Be 2nd and call it 7. So full house backfield again for Amesbury. Pioneers shifting the defense. Looks like a rollout to the left. Number 9 dumps off a quick pass to number 34 in the left flat. Tackle on number 3 by Charlie Capicetti. 34 on the play makes the reception. Shea Cuccinello picks up a first down on the play as Amesbury moves the chains out to their own 39-yard line, or call it the 40. So a rare pass by Amesbury on that one as the quarterback fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, and catches number 34 for a quick hit out to the left flat there. Linfield Pioneers on defense here, getting themselves set. Full house backfield once again for Amesbury. It'll be a handoff up the middle to number 7, tackle on the play by number 24, Spencer Riley. Short gain on the play, gain of about 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9. So third quarter action here I've been really remiss about the scoring, so sorry about that, folks. So 6 for Linfield. Sweep out to the left. Number 34 has some room, breaks a tackle on the play, but not until he picks up about 15 yards. So Amesbury able to find some running room. As we go ahead and adjust the graphics for today. So sorry about that. Looks like we've got some motion on Amesbury as Amesbury has not had many penalties tonight, so that's going to set them back 5 yards, push them back into their side of the field. It'll be 1st and 15 now for Amesbury at their own 45-yard line. Linfield content to give up some yards here. They've been able to hold the line when they needed to, both on 4th down conversions, but need to make sure they're not holding on to the clock for too long here. Number 7 on the sweep to the left, tackled on the play by number 1, James Sharkey, on that play. 2nd and 13 now for Amesbury after a gain of about 2. Ball at the 47-yard line. Anthony Adebato heading in for the Pioneer defense as he switches into the outside linebacker position for Jack DeGangi. Full house backfield again for Amesbury. Quarterback looks to hand that off and doesn't. He's sacked in the backfield by Steve Dreyer, who gets through the line and chases down the quarterback into the backfield. Steve Dreyer has the big sack and a big loss as it's now 3rd and close to about, 17 now for the Pioneers. Or excuse me, for Amesbury. So big 3rd down and 17. Steve Dreyer, one of the leaders in tackles on the team, as he's got 22 total tackles and assists on the defense, doing a fantastic job at his left end position on that play. Again, the quarterback goes out to his left. He's being flushed out of his pocket, tries to throw back across the field. Unfortunately, 15 falls down on the play. Number 2 scampers into the end zone for the very long touchdown, which shocks the crowd here, unfortunately, as the quarterback throws across the field to a wide open number 2, Henry O'Neill. And unfortunately, Kyle Schmitz falls on the defense, and he races in about 30 yards into the end zone. All right, so the 2-point conversion here. Number 9 hands up the middle to number 2. Tackling the play by number 65, Timmy Marini, as he pulls him back from the goal line. 2-point conversion fails again. And the Linfield Pioneers now in a hole 20-6. All right, White Linfield back to receive the kick from Amesbury. Amesbury's had some short pooch kicks, so we'll see what this one does. Again, a high, short kick, kicked out to the left. Jack Taganji gets it and heads up the sideline. Breaks a tackle and takes it all the way into Amesbury territory at the 45-yard line. Great catch and run by Jack as the short kicks from Amesbury continue to puzzle me in terms of what they're trying to do with it. So the Linfield offense now taking over in good field position in Amesbury territory, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Indians. David Tracy again at the quarterback position. 2, 3, and 4 split up top to the right in trips, while Joey Cuccinello down here on the left as the split end. Hand off to James Sharkey, cuts it outside, and he's got some running room. God! Unfortunately, a block. As another costly mistake, unfortunately takes a good play and moves him back. So unfortunately, block in the back called. Number 5, Joey Cuccinello, hit with the penalty there, brings the ball all the way back. However, it is 1st and down, 1st and 6 now for the Pioneers. Hopefully can continue the good momentum here as they were able to get the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line or so before the penalty called it back. Quick pitch out to James Sharkey, cuts one way, cuts back the other way, and fights his way all the way down for 1st down inside the 40, all the way down to about the 33-yard line, 34-yard line. That's enough to move the ball for a 1st down. So plenty of time here in the second half at third quarter action with only 7:14 left to go in the third quarter. Linfield moving the ball now within a couple of good plays here on the ground to runs by James Sharkey. Trips formation again now. Trips up top, single receiver down here to the left. David Tracy takes the shotgun snap, looks over to his left, doesn't find anything that he likes, tucks the ball and runs, and that's a penalty. Thank you. Number 7 with the penalty from Amesbury makes a really atrocious call and decides to throw the quarterback out of bounds, which is a guaranteed 15-yard penalty. So Nick Martin, who's been really effective on the offensive side, does a bit of a bonehead move on the defensive side and gives Linfield a 1st down and 15 yards tacked on to the end of the run. And sorry for the yelling into the microphone there, but obviously hate to see one of your players get thrown out of bounds on a personal foul there. So unnecessary really on the Amesbury side, just kind of generally poor play when you've got somebody that's out of bounds and then decide that it's not enough to do that just to pick him up and throw him down. That's uncalled for. So trips again right, single receiver down to the left. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy, hands it off to James Sharkey up the middle. James pounds his way down, goes to the 1st down marker as he gets down a 9-yard carry on the play. Excuse me, an 8-yard carry on the play. It'll be 2nd down, and it's 2nd down. The Amesbury score guy has it as 4th down. Nope, still not. It's not 3rd down either. It's 2nd down. Little bit of confusion with counting up to 4 there by the sideline personnel. They've got it now, though. We're happy for him. Let's give him a gold star. All right, so trips again up to the right, single receiver down to the left. 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line. David Tracy takes the shotgun snap, keeps the ball himself, cuts one way, cuts back the other way, gets stuck in the middle of the line of scrimmage there, stuck for no gain or a very small gain on the play as he moves the ball up to about the 6-yard line, where now it'll be 3rd down and a single yard to go for the first down. So Linfield has had some trouble here trying to pick up first downs in short yardage situations. So hopefully Coach LaMusta has a good play to pick out from here. The ball's down on the 7-yard line. There's 5:20 left in the game. So a touchdown here is really critical because it'll put them back into a single score deficit. Trips up again from the top. Single receiver down here to the left. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. Quick pitch out to James Sharkey. James goes one way, goes the other. He doesn't get tackled, though. James fights his way through 3, 4, 5 would-be defenders and forces his way to get the first down there on really some effort that was all James Sharkey on that one. Able to avoid tackling in the backfield there and fight his way up to the line of scrimmage and beyond to pick up the first down, where now it's 1st and down, goal to go from the 5-yard line for the Pioneers. So they switch the trips around a little bit. We've got Brian, AJ, and Capichetti down here to the left, single receiver up top to the right. James Sharkey on the run, hit hard by number 55 on the play. That's Will Arsenault. He's a sophomore for Amesbury. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down now and goal to go from the 5-yard line. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. He rolls out to his left looking for a receiver. He's going to tuck that ball and run and makes it into the end zone. David Tracy puts his head down and gets in for the touchdown, where it's now 20-12. And it appears that the Pioneers are going to go for 2 points here again and try to see if they can trim the deficit down even further. And it looks like they're going for 1 here as Kevin Conley, number 14, is in for the extra point. Snap is back. It's a low snap. Charlie's going to keep that, look for the gap, and Charlie, God dang it. Unfortunately, a low snap, unable to make the hold there. PAT has been a bit of a struggle for the Pioneers, as that's the 2nd time that they've had to attempt to run in for the PAT. The first time they were able to get that in, and Charlie was able to convert the 2-point conversion. There's been a couple of blocks as well, unfortunately, so some trouble with the extra points here. However, it still remains a single possession game as the Amesbury Indians now lead the Pioneers of Linfield 20-12. All right, Kevin Conley set to kick for the Pioneers. Back deep for Amesbury, number 2, Henry O'Neill, and number 34, I believe, Shea Cuccinata. Kevin Conley with the kick. A deep kick, pushing back Cuccinata down to about the 10-yard line. Takes it again up the middle, and he's tackled on the play by, couldn't pick up the tackler on the play, but he gets it out to about the 32-yard line. Linfield crowd here is saying that there was a block in the back. I missed it myself, but certainly Linfield picking up some motivation now as they're going to try to see if they can put the stop on Amesbury. 3:06 left here in the third quarter. We've got a lot of football left to go here in the game as Amesbury again lines up in their imaginative full house backfield. Handoff up the middle. It'll be stopped for a short gain by Linfield as the handoff was made to number 1, Luke Arsenal, tackled on the play by a number of folks. It's 2nd down and 8 now, and unfortunately, again, the sideline marker thinks it's 4th down. He's really having a trouble with his numbers 1 through 4, so hopefully he can get that squared away down there before it becomes a real significant problem. 2nd down and 8 now for Amesbury. Again, the full house backfield. Sweep to the outside, number 7. He's tackled on the play by 24, number 20. That's Spencer Riley, and number 20 for Linfield is Rupert Thomas. Unfortunately, he picks up a 1st down on the play, so they move the chains to the 45-yard line, call it. Number 7 doing the load of the running here, Nick Martin. That was, of course, the person who had the personal foul, unnecessary roughness called on him on the last offensive series for the Pioneers. So Pioneers now, again, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Amesbury lined up in their full house backfield. Sweep out here to the left. He's got some running room as Linfield makes the tackle, but not until he gains 9 yards on the play. Tackle on the play by number 14, Kevin Connolly, who's in for a play to spot James Sharkey. 2nd down and 1 on the play. Amesbury now content to continue to try to grind it out on the ground and keep the clock moving. Linfield's looking for a big play on a turnover. Right in front of us here, again, full house backfield for Amesbury. Counter out here to the right as number 1 squirms his way forward for a few and gets the 1st down. So tackling the play by number 20, Rupert Thomas again, but again, not until he gets a 1st down. So Pioneers have got to dig in deep here, try to see if they can stop this offensive momentum by Amesbury. It's now 1st and 10 in Linfield territory at the 37-yard line. 1:15, 1:14, 1:13 left in the third period here. So full house backfield again for the Indians. Looks like it's going to be a rollout to the left, and it's going to be tackled on the play. That's going to be a grounding call because absolutely no one is there. There you go. Thank you. That's going to be a loss of down and a penalty. So the quarterback for Amesbury, not content to continue running the ball as they have been effectively, the quarterback tries to pull a little bit of trickery there and run a naked bootleg to the left, which is a questionable call at best. So Steve Dreyer makes the sack in the backfield, and a loss of a tremendous amount. And Now what the secondary for Linfield need to be very careful of is the trick play or the deep pass, and really just play a lot of good defense. It's second down, and it's much more than 28. I'm not sure what math this guy has. 10, 15, 20, 25. Full house backfield rollout here to the left and tackled by a host of Pioneers to the right, I should say, including number 4, A.J. Tiradana, Steve Dreyer. Helmets off on the play by number 34. That means he's off the field as they substitute in for him. No gain on the play as it now brings up a third down and very long. Pass on the play, quarterback out to number 2 for Amesbury. Broken up on the play nicely by number 3, Charlie Capichetti. As the pass falls incomplete, it brings up a big fourth down now for Amesbury, who appears to bring out the punt team. And again, from a punt perspective, Linfield has had some challenges with not being able to field the punt correctly, or unfortunately getting hit on an errant punt and creating a live ball situation. So Linfield hoping for a clean transfer of possession here. Snap is back. Punt gets it off, and it's a horrible punt out to the left and goes 15 yards. So he makes it back basically to the original line of scrimmage, where Linfield would be taking over at their own 37-yard line. And that's the end of the third period, as, again, Linfield is down 20-12 to Amesbury. All right, so the offense breaks the huddle here as Linfield has a few new players in the offensive formation. 11, Camerangi, 14, Kevin Connolly. Number 15 as well, Kyle Schmitz. So getting a little bit of new blood onto the field. However, number 5, Joey Cuccinello, remains in the game. He's split up to the top of the field at left. So out of the shotgun formation, handoff to James Sharkey. He kind of breaks right, goes back left, tackled immediately on the play by number 55, the big sophomore Luca Martirana. No, I'm sorry, Will Arsenal. Brings up second down and 10 as there's no gain on the play. So trips again down here to the short side of the field, 14, 11, and 15 Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. Hands it off to James Sharkey again. He's stood up on the line of scrimmage, tackled by number 7. There is a penalty on the play, and unfortunately, that might be assessed against Sam Gazit, who got a little bit over-aggressive. So yet another penalty, unfortunately, will hurt the Pioneers as they tried to establish themselves here in the beginning of the fourth quarter. So unfortunately, 15-yard personal foul penalty assessed against 67, I think it is, Sam Gazit on the play, unable to. Anyway, trips down left, down to the right here as it's 3rd and about 24. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. David looks again to his left, looking for Joey Cuccinello. Well overthrown, unfortunately, to bring down a 4th down and long situation for the Pioneers as they go 3 and out and are forced to punt. Takes good punt by Chase Goldberg on the play. Gets it out almost to midfield, about the 49-yard line, give or take. As the Pioneers take over on defense now with Amesbury having the ball 1st and 10 now at their own, at the Pioneer 49-yard line. 10:27 left in the game with Pioneers down by 8 with the score Amesbury 20, the Linfield Pioneers 12. So ball right at midfield here, right on the 50-yard line. See if the Pioneers can pull some magic together and try to see if we can get a stop. Handoff, delayed handoff up the middle, out to number 7, who picks up about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6 now for Amesbury, again with 9:50 on the clock. Pioneers, again, trying to see if they can get some defensive magic here as they try to hold Amesbury. A little bit of a different formation now as a Now, I don't like to comment on the referees there, but if you go back and review that play, you'll see an incredibly bad blindside block on number 4, A.J. Chiradana. And there are rules in place to actually prevent that. And it was an illegal block that wasn't called. And if you go back and look at this on video, you'll see exactly what I'm saying on Linfield's left end. You can't do blindside blocks anymore. It's illegal. And they didn't call it, and that's just horrible. Anyway, 3rd and 2 now, as number 2 gets the ball and goes up the middle, is able to get a 1st down for Amesbury. Clock stops with the 1st down, and it's quickly reset and wound now by the clock official as we get down to about 8:45 left in the game. 1st and 10 by the Pioneers. And I'm sorry, folks, I'm still really pretty peeved at that lack of a call on the blindside block on that last play that Amesbury was able to gain 6 or 7 yards up the middle on. But they don't ask me to officiate. Quick pitch out to number 34. Tries to roll it outside, cuts it back inside. Picks up about 7 on the play. Tackled on the play by a couple of Pioneers. Shea Cuccinella, number 34, on the carry by Amesbury. And Linfield really has to dig deep here to try to see if they can turn some momentum as the clock continues to wind down to about 7:55, 7:54 left in the game. Full house backfield again, handoff to outside number 2, tries to make it outside and doesn't. He's tackled on the play by number 4, A.J. Giordana, 15 Schmitz, as well as number 1, James Sharkey. Picks up 2 on the play, though. Doesn't get the first down, where it's 3rd and 1 for the Indians. Again, content to milk some clock here as the clock goes down to about 7:10 left in the quarter. And as always, Derek DeLuty's Johnny on the spot with the camera work. Thank you, sir. All right, so big 3rd down, handoff up the middle, and it looks like he's able to gain the line for the first down there as Amesbury moves the chains. Where it's now 1st and 10 from approximately the 26-yard line. Handoff to number 2 out the right side, finds a big hole there and picks up about 7 on the play. Second and 3 with the big carry by number 7 for Amesbury, as Coach LaMusta doesn't like what he sees and calls a timeout to try to see if he can change how things are going for the defense now, as Amesbury has been able to move the ball successfully from midfield at the 50-yard line all the way down to approximately the 20. All right, 2nd down and 3 now for Amesbury as they continue to move the ball down the field here. Full house backfield, no surprise there, as Linfield lines up and try to stack the box here to see if they can stop the run. Number 2 gets the ball up the middle. Number 2, of course, for Amesbury is Henry O'Neill. Is able to dance through the line of scrimmage, unfortunately, and get all the way down to the 13-yard line, where it's now 1st and 10 from the 13. So Linfield looking for a big play here now on defense as Amesbury continues to march the ball down along the ground. Full house backfield again for Amesbury as Linfield again tries to stack the box. Handoff to number 1 right up the middle. I'm sorry, number 9 keeps it on the quarterback carry, stays in bounds, doesn't gain anything on the play though. Well, I'm sorry, he gains 2 yards on the play as the tackle is made out on the sideline on the quarterback carry. As we drop inside of 5 minutes left in the game now, down to 4:50. And again, Amesbury very content to take as much clock off as they can with each successive play as they hold the 20-12 lead here at scenic Amesbury's Landry Field. Handoff off to the left to number 7. He bounces off one tackler and gets into the end zone on the play. So unfortunately, the bend but don't break Linfield defense breaks late in the game here. And a 8-yard run by Amesbury puts the Amesbury Indians up by another score now as they lead 26-6. And again, they go for the 2-point conversion and hand it off up the middle to number. Nope, looks like they're going to do the quarterback rollout, find somebody wide open in the end zone, and is able to make the play for the successful 2-point conversion. And so that adds 2. It's now 28-12. And again, apologies for not keeping the scoreboard updated here. But that's what happens when you watch the game too much and don't attend to your official scoreboard duties. All right, so 28-12 here as Linfield is going to receive the kick. Again, it's going to be a short kick by Amesbury, but 4:28 left in the game. Try to see if the Linfield offense can move the ball a little bit and see if they can start to get some confidence and start to click things on the offensive side of the ball. Come on, wait! Sorry, I did that on microphone instead of muting myself. All right, again, here's the kick by Amesbury, kind of a bouncing kick that's handled by A.J. Chiradana. A.J. tries to reverse field and see if he can get outside. Unfortunately, he's tackled. No, he's not tackled on the play, but he's still running on the play, trying to see if he can make something happen on the kick. And runs down to about the 15-yard line where he's finally tackled on the play by some of the Amesbury Indian guys. So 1st and 10 for Linfield at the 16, 17-yard line with 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Joey Cuccinello with the quick hitch on the play. Picks up about 6 or 7 on the play. Shaken up a little bit on the play, but bounces back up after a gain about 5. Again, the downs guy thinks it's 4th down. There we go. The Pioneers, again, go back to their trips formation. With David Tracy, again, in the quarterback position. Joey Cuccinello down here to the right. David Tracy back to pass, throws a bullet down the field, caught by Joey Cuccinello, and he's going to scamper into the end zone for a 85-yard touchdown pass. So just like that, Linfield gets back on the board with a quick strike offense and gets now to 28-16. Still, unfortunately, a couple of scores behind, but boy, that's certainly something that they like to see. So they got to go for 2 points here to try to get to within 1 score. So the offense still remains on the field, trying to see if they can convert the 2-point conversion. And we'll see what happens after the conversion on the kickoff, if they decide to go for an onside kick or not. So split formation, Cuccinello, Schmitz, Els, and Cam Merengue down here in the split formation. Quick motion and play. Fakes the motion, and David Tracy is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage on a sack by number 7, unfortunately. Nick Martin comes through unblocked, and the fake didn't do enough to go ahead and get number 7 off the trail there. It might just be because they haven't really run that jet sweep tonight, so that was, I think, the first time that they've run that play, and so number 7 really wasn't fooled since he hadn't seen it previously. But Linfield comes back now 28-18 here. They really have to go for the onside kick because they don't have enough time now to score twice otherwise. So I think that Amesbury is probably going to be anticipating that, and we'll see if Linfield can make a play and get the ball back. Amesbury has 2 kids back, and most of their guys up front here within 10 yards of the ball. Kevin Connolly set to kick. They're probably going to try their jailbreak offense, jailbreak kick on the go, and it's go. Ethan Downey, the night train, tries to make a play on that and see if he can free the ball. Refs call a penalty on that, which is it's pathetic, actually, that they'd call that and not the blindside block that was illegal a couple of series ago. But the referees really haven't been friendly to Linfield Pioneers this season at all. And I'm not quite sure why they called that. It's just going for a loose ball. All right, so Amesbury gets the ball back with the penalty tacked on. It's in Linfield territory at the 35-yard line. Roll out to number 2 for Amesbury as they continue to run the ball, and the clock ticks down to 2:48 right now. Linfield's in on the play. able to make the tackle after a gain of 1, so it's 2nd down and 9. But really need need something to happen here, potentially on a turnover or something like that, for them to have any turn of events here down the stretch. 2:25 now left in the game. Amesbury lines up once again in the imaginative full house backfield, handoff up the middle to number 1. He's tackled on the play by Spencer Riley. On the play for number 1 is Luke Arsenault on the play. As it's 3rd down and 4 now for Amesbury, as the clock ticks down to about 1:44 left. Handoff out to the right is tackled in the play by number 44, Steve Dreyer. Amesbury working to hold on to the ball. As you can see, the ball carrier for Amesbury there just holding on to the ball with 2 hands to ensure that nothing happens there. All right, so roll out by number 9. He's looking for the deep pass. Actually, no, he's looking for the short pass there. Connected on the play for a short gain. I don't know if it's 4th down now or not. It's hard to tell because the guy who runs the downs has been wrong most of the game. Could be 4th down. It could be 1st down. It's hard to tell. But it looks like it's actually 4th down. And it's going to be measured. 1:26 left here in the game. And it looks like it's a 1st down, Amesbury. So it'll be 1st down and 10 now. The down marker guy still has it as 4th down. Handoff outside to number 2. He fakes one way, goes the other, stays in bounds. Tackle on the play by A.J. Chiradana. Henry O'Neill on the tackle, and another timeout on Linfield on the play. All right, so in what looks like the victory formation for Amesbury as they take a snap and the kneel down, content to run down the clock here now as we get to inside of a minute on the game. It'll be third down and a lot. Well, no, not a lot. Sorry, third down and 5. Third down and 6 for Amesbury as we get down to about 45 seconds. So one more snap of the ball should take us inside the play clock and wind the game down. Another kneel down, and I believe that'll do it for the game. So Linfield takes it on the road here and loses an interesting game, 28-18, as the Pioneers do well to try to keep things interesting from an offensive perspective, with 2 long passes to number 5 for Linfield, Joey Cuccinello, from number 12, David Tracy. But it's not enough to offset the running game that Amesbury established and the one pass that they had for the touchdown. So with that, the Pioneers fall to 2-4 on the season. Next week, they take their effort to Triton to try to see if they can match up against the Triton Vikings. That'll do it from scenic Landry Fields, where we can see Canada from here. I'm Stephen Colley. That's Derek DeLutis. You all have a pleasant evening.